Picking up on the second part of 3-4, we're going to start out with surface area of a right regular cylinder. The surface area of a right cylinder is twice the area of its base plus the circumference of its base times its height. So just like a prism, instead of using perimeter times height, you're using circumference times height. Same idea. Yes, Shatice?
Then is it supposed to be the area of a circle or an oval?
Circle. We're not going to do ovals. Alright, so it would be 2 pi r squared, that's the top and the bottom circles, plus the circumference 2 pi r times h. Alright, so you can write it like that, or you can, so that's 2a. In a more general sense, that's 2a plus circumference times the height. But I would go ahead and write out the more specific formula. Then you know exactly what to plug in. So we'll use the one on the top. An example. Find the surface area of the right cylinder whose height is 7 centimeters and whose base has a diameter of 12. So we've got surface area of a cylinder is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So that's going to equal to 2 pi, the radius. What am I going to plug in for my radius? 12? What? 6, yes. 6. We've got to take half the diameter. So it's 6 squared plus 2 pi, 6 times 7. So that's going to give me 72 pi plus 84 pi, which is equal to 156 pi centimeters squared. Surface area of a right circular cone. The surface area of a right circular cone is the sum of the area of its base plus half the circumference of its base times the slant height. So it's sum of the area of its base plus half the circumference of its base times its slant height. Let's look at an illustration. Kind of explains why you use that formula. So if you think of a close thing to a cone as far as the shape would be a pyramid. This is page 150, example here. So if we take a pyramid that has really short, small triangles on the sides, that is approaching a cone, right? So in that pyramid, we've got the area of the base, and then the side triangles we know is 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height, right? 1/2 PL. Well, if we make the sides so small that they make so that they approach a circle, rather than use P, we use C, because the circumference of a circle is the same thing as the perimeter of a circle. So this 1/2 PL becomes 1/2 CL times the slant height. So that's how you derive the formula for a cone. Yes?
But then why is it half the circumference? Wait, never mind.
Because it's just like the circumference and perimeter are interchangeable. The perimeter of a pyramid is the same thing as the circumference of a circle. The circumference is the perimeter of the circle.
I was like thinking something else. I was thinking about something else.
Okay. So that's how we've got surface area of a cone equals the area of the base plus 1/2 CL, and then we're going to plug in for C, so it equals in area. The area of the base is a circle, so it's going to be pi r squared plus 1/2. The circumference is 2 pi r times L, and then we simplify that and we get pi r squared plus pi r L. So that's the formula. We're going to have a formulas quiz at the end of the chapter. That's the formula in the box, is the one you need to know for surface area of a cone. Pi r squared plus pi r L. Questions? Let's do an example. Surface area of a right circular cone whose height is 8 and base has a radius of 6. We write our general formula. Surface area equals pi r squared plus pi r L. There's some work I have to do before I can plug into the formula. What is that? What do I need to do? Nina? We need to find the slant height. How can I do it? Shatis?
I'm sort of guessing here. Maybe the Pythagorean theorem. Sort of guessing.
Yeah, you're right. It is the Pythagorean theorem because this is a right triangle with base 6 and height 8. So we do, your 8 squared plus 6 squared equals L squared, which is 100, equals L squared, so L equals 10. Now we can plug in, so we'd have that equals to pi 6 squared plus pi 6 times 10. And so that's going to equal to 36 pi plus 60 pi, which is equal to 96 pi centimeters squared.
So do we just leave it like that when we find the area?
Unless it says round to the nearest whatever, yeah, just leave it in terms of pi.
Okay, so if it doesn't tell you round, just leave it like pi.
You can on my assessments. Now, I think the answers in the back of the book on these problems, they may be decimals. If that's the case, then you'll have to calculate the decimal to see if you got the right answer. But as far as I'm concerned on a quiz, you can leave it as 96 pi.
Okay.
Surface area of a sphere. The surface area of a sphere is 4 times the square of its radius. 4 pi times the square of its radius. So the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Now I'm not going to get into the breakdown of why they use that as the formula, but if you're interested, you can see page 151. Page 151 in the book explains why that is the formula for surface area of a sphere.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, it just seems like it's 4 times the area of a circle. I just look at it generally.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has to do with pyramids and the bases of pyramids, but you can check up on that if you're interested. All right, so water covers about 70% of the Earth's surface. How many square miles of the Earth's surface are composed of land? And they give you the radius of the Earth. So what do we have to calculate?
The surface area of a sphere.
Yeah, we got to calculate the surface area of the Earth, which is a sphere. So we're going to use 4 pi r squared. So that's going to be 4 pi times 3,964. We plug in the radius squared. That gives me 197,459 point. No, it's million. Okay, so 197,459,101 miles squared. All right, and then what do I have to do to calculate the land? Shatiz.
We have to, wait, it says land, okay? We have to multiply that by 0.3.
Right, we need,
70% of it is just water.
right, 70% is water, so that means 30% is land. So we take the overall surface area and multiply it times the 30% of land, and that's going to give me approximately 59,240,000 miles squared of surface area covered by land. Any questions on the notes? No questions on the notes. All right, we're going to do some practice problems, but before we do that, take a few minutes and answer the quick write question in Canvas. Under today's date, answer that question, and then we'll do the practice.